Great job, guys. Great job. I mean, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's all original. It's right on point. These guys are young, too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you guys are 21 and 19, right? And the other kids.
Yeah, no, he's 23. I'm 19.
Max is 23.
I'm 23, yeah.
Dylan, you're 19.
Yeah, I just had my birthday, actually.
Oh, happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, thank
you. And what are you, Kyle?
34.
Are you really?
It's a good dynamic.
These two kids are like in the prime of life. The 19 and 23 are getting laid constantly. You're a 34-year-old pirate fan who plays...
Married.
Married.
Yeah.
Well, what about it, guys? Do you ever, like, you know, tell a stripper to have sex with him?
That's a great idea. That's never come up.
You got to do that for him. So, you know, on the down low, because the kid's he's married, but you know he wants to have some fun.
We'll take your word for it.
We'll look the other way. We'll look the other way. We're not.
You know, I'm worried about getting to class on time, and he's fixing up a house he just bought.
Are you in college?
Yeah. I'm taking a few classes.
Where do you go?
In LA, I go to school.
Oh, in LA.
Yeah.
Well, guys, you know, again, this is something I hate to sound like a broken record with you two guys, but Kyle, you can leave.
Thanks.
No, I'm kidding. You guys were just talented. You're amazing on the bass, dude. You're really talented. The sound is unreal. Again, for three guys. But I mean, what's it like being Andrew Dice Clay's kids? Is there any like anecdote you have from that?
I mean, it's great. You know, he
seems like a great guy.
Insanely supportive.
If you know him, he's a really great guy.
No, of course.
Yeah.
And I mean, he always says how much he loves coming in and doing the show with you guys. And
yeah.
He absolutely loves you. But I mean, you know, he supports everything we do 110%. He's actually our manager.
Oh, no, good.
You know,
Dad's managing.
Well, good. He's not going to take any crap from anyone. Yeah. Is it awkward having that happen? Do you like that, or is it?
Well,
you know?
It's a lot of excitement. I mean, you know, like we'll talk about my dad's career, and then he'll start talking about our career, and sometimes it gets to the point where we're like, all right, no more career talk. Let's just be father and sons. And just chill.
Right. Well, listen, your music speaks for itself. You know what I mean? I mean, it really does. It's really great stuff. And, you know, I met these guys in probably, like, I'm going to say 2006 or 5. I opened up for your father in Atlantic City, and it was one of the biggest thrills of my life because he's one of my comedic heroes. And he brought you guys to the gig.
Yeah.
And Dylan, you were a long-haired little kid.
No, I mean, I look totally different back then.
No, yeah, you had long hair, you had your guitar. Max, you look kind of the same, though.
I look similar.
You had the same look, yeah. But you know what I was impressed about your father? It was so touching, because, you know, he's known as an edgy guy. I was so impressed about how proud he is of you guys. Because even when you're not around, like, he talks about you constantly. He loves you.
And I'm constantly meeting people who tell me how my dad tells them about me.
Right, well, I'm sure. I mean, because he really thinks you're talented, and clearly you are. He's not. At least he's not lying about that. Like, you guys back it up.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's nice to see that he's supportive like that. It was kind of touching for me as a fan of his. So what's the situation? What are you going to do with this thing? You going to get a deal and?
Well, we put out the.
You going to develop coke habits? What are you going to do?
Man, yeah.
Right now, it's just been doing a bunch of shows. I mean, we put out the EP last December.
Right.
On iTunes, and like now we're playing the Whiskey. We're actually opening up for Dizzy Reed from Guns N' Roses band Hookers and Blow.
Wow. That's great.
October 7th at the Whiskey. So this October 7th, come check us out opening for Dizzy.
Now, you guys, I get a feeling that a lot of the modern bands, you don't party as much as the old guys. Do you guys take a lesson from that? You just kind of try to stay away from the substance stuff?
Well, I mean, we don't have any problems with that stuff.
It's different. I mean, because I've studied the 80s and, you know, all those bands. I mean, I don't know how any work got done with the amount of partying like bands like Motley and Van Halen were doing. We're very chill dudes. I mean, we definitely like to have fun and go to parties.
Kyle's the party animal in the band.
Hey, no comment.
It's not on an insane level of.
Kyle started in the business in the 70s. That's right.
He was planning this long before.
He played the upright bass for a while. No, I mean, it is a difference that I can see, and you're smart because there's a lot of people who could not learn from that. They know, I mean, I'm one of them. You know?
I feel like the industry doesn't stand for as much debauchery that went on back then today. Like, I just don't think it would work. People just aren't willing to put up with it. In the 80s, it seemed like just everybody was on drugs, so the industry and the musicians didn't really have an issue. Everyone was just going nuts. But now it's kind of like you kind of have to behave a little bit more just to to go further in the business.
Did you ever, as great musicians, I got to make a suggestion for a book. Try to read Exile on Main Street about the Rolling Stones.
Okay, yeah.
And like you can't imagine the genius of Keith Richards because of what he was doing at the time. And like they would want to kill him. Like he would just never come downstairs. He'd be upstairs doing heroin. They'd all leave the house where they were recording. Then at 4 in the morning, he'd call them back. Get back here! I wrote a song.
Yeah.
And when they got there, they'd want to strangle him, and he like tumbling dice would come out of his guitar.
It's nuts.
It's just like a genius type thing. When you're playing guitar, Dylan, does it just come to you? Are you a natural musician, or do you got to work hard at it?
I mean, a lot of the songs that have come, I mean, a lot of them just come from me fiddling around on the guitar, you know?
Right.
We started out as just a two-piece, so I did write a lot of just instrumentals, and then the lyrics came later on, you know, when I decided to start singing, but it just comes through having fun and playing around on the guitar. That's where the riffs come from.
How do you know Kyle? I mean, what a find. He's great. How do you know?
Yeah, no, he's amazing.
Me and Max, we met each other in the comedy scene back in LA, and it just took years. It's like, hey, we're gonna get together and do something, and you know, the stars aligned.
Now that's a good question. Were you guys involved in comedy, Max? Did you ever want to be like your father and do stand-up?
Well, I dab a little bit in open mic comedy.
Oh, you do?
And,
okay.
Right when my dad was putting together a Showtime special, Dice Indestructible,
yeah.
I saw Kyle at a comedy club, and he knew that I played the drums, and I knew he played bass, and he's like, yo, you working on anything musically? I said, actually, we are. We're going to do this special thing, and you should come over and jam. And we tried it out once, and it was just a perfect fit, and from there it went.
At what point in your lives were you aware that your father was who he was? Like, I always ask that with, you know, children of famous people, especially that famous. At what age do you know, hey, he's an iconic guy? Probably around the time I met you guys, right? I mean, you were sort of like, you were
Once I was 10, I really understood everything by that. Because when I was 10, my dad actually, it was 2000, he went back and did The Garden.
Yeah.
Just to, the point was actually to show me and my brother basically what hard work
That's
could
hilarious.
do.
I was only allowed to see him walk out because he didn't want me to hear any of the material. I was 6 at the time.
See, that's amazing.
So,
Well, at what age would he let you hear the material? Like, what's the cutoff?
I mean, he'd always say, you know, don't listen to it, but I'd be backstage and just naturally I kept hearing more and more and understanding it more, so it wasn't really a big shock to me.
Are you fans of it?
Yeah.
You like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
What is your stand-up like, Max, when you try it?
I mean, I'm a lot cleaner. I'm not that, I'm not as much of an attack dog as my dad.
Right.
I don't really even like talking to hecklers. I kind of just want to talk about what I'm talking about.
And he is the master at that. I mean, there is no one who handles hecklers like him.
Yeah, he's an animal with that.
That day the laughter died, he's in there with 7 people. What'd you come into New York to see the tree? There's a couple from Ohio in the front row. He goes, would you come here to see the tree? What, there's no trees in Ohio? It's a tree, yay.
Yeah, that album's crazy.
Yeah, but what about you, Dylan? Have you ever tried stand-up?
I did it I went to a few open mics when I was like 13.
Oh, you
know,
did?
Yeah.
Really?
Just a few times.
No kidding.
Dylan's vicious, though. Like, he attacks the people like my dad.
You go at him?
Yeah.
He was 12 years old, like, screaming at
There's
full-blown
this guy
adults.
in the front row when I did it a few times, and he was wearing, you know, sandals, and I just attacked him for wearing sandals.
Well, he deserved that.
You know what I mean?
I got news for you. I hate that. That's a pet peeve. When I'm playing Tampa Saturday, wherever I play Tampa, there's some jerk off in the front row in flip-flops. I want to kill him. I'm like, get dressed. This is a night out.
Yeah.
How dare you come to my show in flip-flops?
Yeah, right?
And Tampa's it's creepy, too. All the people in Tampa, they oddly have money for some reason, and they all invite you back to the hot tub at their stupid house. And it starts out good, because he points to his hot wife and goes, oh, Amanda will be in the hot tub. And I go, that sounds great. And he goes, of course, I'll be there. I go, well, that's where I'm turning around. So the whiskey, when is the whiskey gig?
We're playing there October 7th and October 25th.
And
That's
after
a
that,
huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, do you have a record deal? Do you have a full-blown?
We're talking to a couple different companies. There's no solid deal right now, and right now it's just pretty much do shows until we get signed. Just keep building our own brand until someone comes to us and helps us take it from there.
Plus, today, you don't need a record label anymore. You got
that
enough
why
to do
you're
it
right?
yourself.
Yeah, a lot of people do it
You don't need
themselves
it.
today.
See, I sound like an old fart. I forgot about that. I'm thinking like, you got a vinyl coming out? You got a turntable thing or something? So where would you put it out, on YouTube or like Twitter, or what do you do?
I mean, our EP's out on iTunes. You know,
is. Oh,
we
yeah,
put it
iTunes, yeah.
People could also check us out on SoundCloud, where they could just listen to the whole album and not pay for it. So just to check our stuff out.
Well, we basically heard between the breaks 4 original tunes.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it really is like that AC/DC, man. Like, who are your hero bands? Guns N' Roses probably.
Guns N' Roses was my absolute favorite when I started playing guitar.
They're as good as it gets, yeah.
You know, Zeppelin, Alice in Chains inspired a lot of the songs I wrote.
Oh, really?
I went through a big period of listening to them and, you know, all those types of bands.
What does it do to a kid with Alice in Chains when you find out, like, the lead singer dies? As a kid, what does that do to you when you're listening as a kid? Do you understand what goes on with it?
I mean, yeah, you understand and just take it as an example.
Right.
You know?
I should have done that. I should have taken more examples.
You know?
Jerry Cantrell is just amazing.
Yeah.
But your guitar work is something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
For 19 years old, were there tons of lessons, or is this just like you listen to albums and you just try to figure it out?
I took some lessons in the beginning, and then I kind of just did it on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the lead guitar stuff. I mean,
do you play acoustic guitar too, or no?
Yeah, I actually write a lot of the songs I write. I'm dabbling on the acoustic, you know.
That's how you write them.
Yeah.
Do you have slow songs that you do, like more?
Yeah,
like do ballads and stuff like that?
Of course.
Oh, no kidding.
How many songs do you think you guys have?
I don't know, somewhere maybe around like 20. Maybe like 5 of those are not 100% finished, but you know.
When you do a show, how big is a set? How long is a set? And what kind of covers do you guys end up doing? Any at all?
Usually we'll do like half an hour.
Yeah.
That's what most clubs allow. Tomorrow we're doing a studio at Webster Hall. We're going to do like over an hour because we're headlining, so that's sick.
Yeah. It's always fun when you get to do the longer shows.
Do you not cover any songs?
We do one cover as of right now. We do A Day in the Life by the Beatles.
You're kidding me.
That's the only cover we do.
But a way more rocked out version.
Oh, God, you know what? Damn. I got to come see you guys because I'd love to hear you guys do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome.
You got me hooked without question. Well, listen, guys. I mean, you know, I love your old man. He's a friend of mine, and he is not selling you short. He's right. You guys are really good. And listen, come back anytime. You know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it works out for you. But I'm sure you're gonna go on to bigger and better things. But you're welcome here anytime. What, John?
It's a really big time for these guys. I mean, the band's blossoming. The Blue Jasmine thing. It's talking to your dad. It seems like things are really exploding.
Yeah, actually, your father's probably so happy about all the movie stuff, and you know.
It's just such an amazing moment.
Yeah.
It's so long in the making for my dad. And
he's great in it. Yeah.
Stars have aligned, and it's just that time in the universe. It's just all happening.
Were you guys raised by your mom, basically, or like, I mean, what was that like?
We lived with our dad mostly.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, since I'm like 12.
Were you on the road with him a lot?
In the summer.
Yeah.
We'd always go with them to do shows in the summertime.
When we did that road gig, I could tell you guys knew you knew your way around, and you were well behaved. You know what you were doing.
Sell the T-shirts.
What was it like doing that and you guys opening up for your dad? Because he would let you do that when you were young, when you were 13, right? What was that like? Must have been pressure.
Well, a while ago, me and Max actually listened to a show that was recorded. And it's funny because we were a two-piece then, and I wasn't even singing.
Yeah.
So we would put the audience through 40 minutes of just instrumentals, and
welcome. That's what the Allman Brothers do.
You know, it's funny, like imagining this little kid, you know, me at 13 years old being up there, but it was a great experience.
No, yeah, sure. No, it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you want to legitimate you guys in the rock and roll world. I think one of you has to have an illegitimate multiracial child that you ignore.
Yeah. Not it, man. Not it.
Whose mother sues you, and then you will be in the rock business. I wish you nothing but the best. Good luck with the gigs, and tell your father I said hi, and come back anytime, guys, and go Pirates, all right?
Yeah, thank you, guys.
really good job. That's LA Rocks.
Sounds awesome.
LA Rocks, man. And the name of the album's LA Rocks, too. We heard the songs Blitz and Junkyard. Back after these words.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.